Waluigi!
Towards the end of my playthrough with Bowser's Fury, I got an idea. In this game, you're allowed to take Plessie wherever you please, even on land. So just how far can we take Plessie? I'm about to show you. The biggest challenges with this is that he's big and he's slippery, but it's rather impressive what you're able to pull off. Before I continue, consider subscribing and liking to help the channel grow. Waluigi owes you one. These mountains are climbable, but you have to keep moving. It's kind of difficult, but you can climb the mast and stay there. Infinite ploppage. It looks like you could jump up the cat arches, but they're a bit too steep. This area is a little goofy because the grates don't let you get close to them. There's plenty of angles to approach this island, but no matter how you try to get any higher, it's not possible even with Bowser out. The switch platforms have an invisible wall, so I can't do anything. You can do this, I guess. Plessie can't use any jump pads, so the intended route is closed off, but there is an alternate route. I was just barely able to climb up here. It helps if you press Y or whatever button makes Plessie dive into water to gain a smidge of extra height. It was a short-lived victory, but a great one nonetheless. This would be a lot of fun, but unfortunately there's no way to get up to the slope without dismounting. It is barely possible to get up this pillar if you want. You'd have to dismount to stay up there though. Of all the optional areas, this one was the most interesting. I had to be very careful not to slide off the platforms. It's not possible to activate this block and have both Mario and Plessie go up with it, at least not in single player. If Bowser Jr. could bring a bomb over to activate it while mounted, it could work. I can only assume I got Plessie up those blocks, but there's no way for me to look that high. Anyway, she despawned at some point, so who knows. Not much can be done here. The platforms are too thin to stay on. Bowser doesn't help either. This tower was a lot of slow moving and occasionally ground pounding to find my way. Sadly, about 2/3 of it is inaccessible. Plessie just barely can't reach this ledge. Getting up ice that is slippery on a dino that is also slippery made for a task that seemed simple, but in reality took a lot of tries to get right. Without a propeller box, the biggest and coolest climb in the game is off limits. Not much you can do here without entering the pipes, even with Bowser present. But you can do this, so that counts for something. This place is really simple and it's fun to slide around at high speeds. and it's the one lighthouse you can get on top of. The switchboards interact oddly with Plessie. When going up, it's just pretty slow. When going down, she plops as if you're on a slope. She can't get into this arena, so no fighting the mini-boss mountain. This area is tricky and you'll want plenty of items. The fire bars are unavoidable and Bowser will likely show up once or twice. You have to be mounted against fire or Plessie disappears. I had to get creative to bypass this. The switchboards don't move with Plessie. I originally thought the rest of it was impassable and only a little better with the help of Bowser's platforms, but jumping allows us to stay up. The only way to move forward is to time the board's movement so Plessie is safe. I tried jumping at the block and hoping to fall on Plessie immediately after. Turns out I can't hit the block with her so close. Bowser kills the paint roller looking enemy. One less thing to worry about. I hit the block from the side and ended up getting extremely lucky. After moving to the right, there's nothing more we can do together. She can't go on lava, but what I did find is one wall with a slope I can jump up and skip an obnoxious part of that journey. One last area to try. This is the place that gave me the idea to climb with Plessie. I spent at least 2 hours attempting this over and over again. The elevator isn't terrible, but it's easy to slide off of, so it's more of a nuisance than anything. Very easy for Bob-ombs to hit you. And finding a way to get past the first set of blocks does not look easy. Started out as screw it, let's just try. Horrible. Then I figured I should only go on all the platforms of the same height. 2 of the 4 sides are flat. I'm alive, I guess? Bowser gets in the way a lot trying this climb. There's a gold pipe you can enter whenever Bowser is active to reset the world back to normal. Plessie can break this pipe, so don't do that like me several times. Anyway, after many attempts I found a few reliable patterns to cross the blocks. My method was to only hold partially forward for the first block and then full send diagonally up and right on the second. You have to hold forward the whole time going up these stairs, so I fell off a lot. Finally getting a good try at the next set of blocks, the stairs is the only way to go on the first block. The second one presents several options. I just tried some different things out for a while and realized I should really plan this out. The way I should approach the second block is dependent on how I need to climb the third block. Now I have a path in mind, but executing it is a different story. This is where I had to experiment and learn how Plessie works. If you dismount, Plessie loses all momentum, providing a way to deal with her slipperiness. It doesn't translate well on slopes, as she likely slides off or starts pouncing, which doesn't allow you to mount her again. You can jump off of Plessie and immediately ground pound after to remount, which I thought would be a workaround for her slipperiness, but it didn't work either with the rotation of the blocks. If you're really careful, small left or right inputs will cause Plessie only to rotate, so I got very good at slight movements after a while. After a long time of playing around, I noticed jumping is a very good way to negate Plessie's momentum. She seems to jump off the smallest bit of land, and you can stay fairly neutral while doing so. The two nubs on the third block were proving to be a problem, so jumping gave me a way to skip them altogether. Now, even with all this knowledge and a perfect plan, this is still pretty difficult and frustrating. I was really starting to question if I could make it, if I wasted precious minutes of my life trying the impossible. But then I was like, nah, I just need one good janky jump. Sad Fairy fits my experience. That's all the places you can climb with Plessie. Remember to like and subscribe, click that bell for notifications, and good luck if you're trying this challenge, you'll probably need it.